It is the gold standard of melt, a culinary icon that defines the backyard barbecue, the school lunchbox, and the late-night diner grill. It is a product of such precise engineering that it behaves unlike any other dairy product on Earth. The American slice, pasteurized processed cheese food. For over a century, it has been the subject of both adoration and debate. But despite the myths, this is not plastic. It is a triumph of food science, born from the need to preserve nutritious dairy for the masses. Americans consume billions of these slices every year. But the journey of the slice does not begin in the plastic wrapper. It begins in the vast alfalfa fields of the Midwest, inside the high-tech milking parlors of mega dairies, and deep within the fermentation vats of barrel cheese production. How do you turn liquid milk into a solid cheese, and then back into a liquid, only to reform it into a perfectly uniform square that never separates when melted? How do you coordinate a supply chain that handles millions of pounds of perishable milk every single day? From the udder to the extruder, this is the mega process of the American slice. Our story begins at the source, the dairy farm. To make millions of cheese slices, you need oceans of milk. This is not the small red barn of the past. This is a concentrated animal feeding operation designed for maximum efficiency and animal welfare. The star of the show is the Holstein. Her black and white coat is the uniform of the dairy industry. She is a biological metabolic engine, capable of converting grass and grain into over 10 gallons of milk a day. But to get premium cheese, the diet must be exact. Farm nutritionists design a total mixed ration. It is a precise blend of alfalfa for protein, corn for energy, and soy for fat. The composition of this feed directly alters the protein-to-fat ratio of the milk. For cheese making, we need high casein protein and high butter fat. 3 times a day, the herd visits the rotary parlor. It is a carousel of industrial efficiency. As the cows ride the slow-spinning platform, automated systems clean the udders with iodine foam. The milking process is vacuum-driven, gentle, and fast. The milk leaves the cow at 101 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the danger zone for bacteria. It must be cooled instantly. Within seconds of leaving the udder, the milk passes through a plate heat exchanger. Cold well water runs on the other side of steel plates, stripping the heat from the milk. It drops to 37 degrees Fahrenheit instantly. This thermal shock locks in the freshness. The milk tanker arrives. This is a rolling thermos, insulated to keep the milk cold for hundreds of miles. But before a single drop is loaded, the driver takes a sample. Strict federal laws mandate that no milk containing antibiotics can enter the food supply. If a truck tests positive, the entire load, 50,000 pounds of milk, is dumped and the farm is liable. Safety is the first ingredient. The milk travels to the primary cheese plant. Before we can make American slices, we must make barrel cheese. This is the raw material. The raw milk is pumped into a separator. Spinning at 5,000 RPM, centrifugal force splits the cream from the skim milk. Then they are blended back together to achieve a mathematically perfect ratio of fat to protein. This is standardization.
Heads up, coming
The
through.
standardized milk flows into the pasteurizer. It is heated to 161 degrees for 15 seconds. This kills pathogens like Listeria and Salmonella, but preserves the enzymes needed for curd formation. Now the biology begins. The milk enters massive stainless steel vats. A specific strain of bacteria, Lactococcus lactis, is added. These starter cultures consume the lactose and convert it into lactic acid. As the acid rises, the milk sours slightly. Then the coagulant is added, rennet. Rennet contains an enzyme called chymosin. It acts like a pair of molecular scissors, snipping the protein chains that keep the milk liquid. In minutes, the entire tank turns into a giant white gelatinous pudding. This is the curd. Rotating wire knives slice through the gel, creating millions of tiny cubes. As the curds are cut, they begin to weep a yellow-green liquid, whey. The vat is heated. This cooking phase shrinks the curds, expelling more moisture. The goal is to reach a specific moisture content. If the curd is too wet, the final cheese will be sour. If it's too dry, it won't melt properly later. The curds are separated from the whey. The whey goes off to become protein powder for bodybuilders. The curds fall into a cheddaring tower. Gravity compresses them into a solid block, knitting the proteins together. The block is milled back into chips and salted. Salt is the preservative. It halts the bacterial action and controls the flavor. Finally, the curds are pressed into massive 500-pound barrels or totes. This is barrel cheese. It is S. Eventually a young, unaged cheddar. These barrels are not ready for the slicer. They are moved to a warehouse to age. Some will age for 2 weeks to provide structure. Others will age for 6 months to provide sharp flavor. The slice factory will need a blend of both. We arrive at the processed cheese facility. This is where the alchemy happens. The art of American cheese lies in the blend. A cheese grater tests the inventory. They are looking for specific traits. Young cheese has intact protein, long elastic strands that give the slice strength. Aged cheese has broken down protein, short strands that provide that sharp, cheddary flavor. To create the perfect slice, the master blender dictates a recipe. Typically a mix of mild young cheese for texture and sharp aged cheese for taste. The barrels are stripped, and the massive blocks are dropped into a grinder. Heavy-duty augers chew through the solid cheese, reducing it to shreds or noodles. The shreds travel to the cooker. Here, other dairy ingredients are added to adjust the fat and moisture levels. Milk powder, butter, and whey concentrate. Now the most critical step. If you melted this mixture now, it would separate into a greasy puddle of oil and a rubbery lump of protein. We need an emulsifier. Sodium citrate or sodium phosphate is added. These are emulsifying salts. In natural cheese, proteins are tightly bound by calcium. The salts bind to the calcium, relaxing the protein structure. The protein uncoils, becoming a sponge that can hold both water and fat simultaneously. This is the secret to the melt. Steam is injected directly into the mix. The temperature rises rapidly to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The mixture transforms. It becomes a homogeneous molten liquid. At this stage, annatto, a natural coloring from the achiote seed, is added to give it that signature orange hue. For white American cheese, the color is omitted. The liquid cheese is pumped through a filter to remove any stray particles. It is now a sterile, molten food product. Now we must turn liquid back into solid, but in a very specific shape. The cheese flows onto the chill roll. This is a massive stainless steel drum, 5 feet wide, cooled internally by liquid ammonia to -20 degrees. As the hot cheese hits the freezing cold steel, it solidifies instantly into a continuous wide sheet. A doctor blade scrapes the sheet off the drum. It is now a continuous ribbon of cheese moving fast. The wide sheet passes under rotary knives. They slit the sheet into longitudinal ribbons, each exactly the width of a single slice. The ribbons race toward the cutter. A rotary guillotine chops the ribbons into squares. For singles or individually wrapped slices, the process is slightly different. For the classic individually wrapped slice, the process is inverted. The hot cheese is extruded directly onto a moving web of plastic film. A second layer of film covers the top. Heavy rollers flatten the cheese-filled tube. Crimping bars press down, sealing the plastic and cutting the cheese into squares simultaneously. The cheese cools inside the wrapper. This ensures the slice remains sterile and moist until the consumer opens it. The cheese is still warm. It travels through a cooling tunnel to set the structure completely. If packaged too hot, the slices would stick together into a brick. The stacks of slices are conveyed to the flow wrapper. The outer film wraps around the stack, and a gas flush of nitrogen displaces the oxygen to prevent mold growth. Lasers etch the production code. Metal detectors ensure safety. The packs are automatically cased and palletized. The product is shelf-stable, but usually kept refrigerated to maintain texture. From the factory, these pallets disperse to every corner of the nation. It is a process that defies the natural spoilage of milk. It takes the perishable protein of the farm and transforms it into a consistent, meltable, long-lasting staple. Critics may call it processed, but the science behind it is undeniable. It is a solution to food waste, a masterclass in emulsion chemistry, and the only cheese that melts without breaking. Inside the cheese factory, the American slice is crafted, one perfect square at a time.